I'm Heath Lambert, and you're listening to Marked by Grace, a podcast applying the grace of Jesus to all of life. Is it ever okay to block someone on social media? Well, this is the question that we're talking about this week, and the question is phrased in such a way and comes from a person who knows that blocking someone is an option. They're a little bit tempted to block someone on social media, but they feel a little bad about the whole thing. Look, I'm a Christian. This person is doing whatever they're doing. I don't know. It's not clear. But there is this sort of unpleasantness in the social media interaction. They kind of want to do it, but they're feeling a little guilty and wonder if that's a very Christian thing to do. So I am going to answer this question. Now, I say that with a great deal of weight behind that statement because, listen, I'm going to be made fun of by the people who know me best, because the people who know me the best, the team I work with, my family, they know I am not a social media consultant. The reality is I'm terrible at using social media. I have a lot of questions about it. I typically have to reach out and get help about how to do this or how to do that, and I'm not even talking about mechanically and functionally. I'm talking about what is the social media etiquette. I don't know how these things work. Honestly, I don't care to know. I know right now about as much as I want to know. I use social media for ministry. One of the things, in fact, that I'll even just clear this up right now, sometimes people will scold me because they have reached out to me on social media and they wonder why I have not ever responded to them. Why didn't you get back to me? I sent you this or that, or I wrote this on your whatever it was. I don't even know what the terms are. But people will reach out to me and I didn't get back to them. And they wonder why. Here's the thing you just need to know. I'll just say to everybody, I use social media I post on social media, but I'm very, very bad at consuming social media. So if you wrote me a message, 9 times out of 10, I didn't see it and wouldn't even know how to see it. I don't even know how to get to the thing that you're talking about. In fact, most of the people who know me the best, when there is something on social media that they want me to know about, they'll send me a screenshot of it, and I can manage the screenshot. But I don't know what to do. So if your feelings have been hurt that you sent me some kind of message someplace, I almost assuredly did not see it. So listen, I'm just sitting here pleading ignorance about social media. There is a lot I don't know about the rules, about the etiquette. I don't want to know any more than I already know. And there's a lot that I don't even see. So I'm no social media consultant. I'm not answering this from the perspective of social media. I'm answering this from the standpoint of Christian morality, ethics, and honestly, even perhaps more important, Christian relationship. So that's how I want to take the question. So when you block someone, my understanding is that you can't see their content and they can't see your content. So I just want to say, let's just own that from a biblical perspective, from a standpoint of relationship, from a standpoint of loving one another, that is a very aggressive step to say, it's put up a high, thick wall. We have nothing to do with one another. That's a big deal, morally and relationally. Are there good reasons to do it? Sure. There are good reasons to say, I'm not going to have anything to do with you. These are obvious things. If they are posting cruel, sinful, inappropriate, unhelpful content, if you're looking at stuff that is just discouraging you and hurting you and frustrating you, that's a good reason to block somebody. If they are attacking you, if they are saying untrue things, if it's creating temptations in your heart to do things that you shouldn't do, that's a good reason to block somebody. If there are comments that tend to hurt rather than help, I say Yes, there are plenty of good reasons why a faithful Christian would do this. I believe I have blocked people. I frankly don't know. I'd have to talk to some folks who know more about my social media account than I do. But I believe I have blocked people. I know I do it rarely. I know I don't do it very often. And in fact, kind of the rule that we've set, just because of the position I've got as the pastor of First Baptist, because of even hosting this podcast or writing books, there's a public nature to what I'm posting that would be harmed if I blocked too many people, or if you just said something that I didn't like. I don't do that. But I'm relying on advice from people, and if folks are posting things that are objectively harmful, they're using my account to say things that are damaging or undermining, then we'll block people. But I don't know how many people I've blocked, but I know there's a pretty high bar. So I think this is something that for most people you probably should do. But here's where I really want to emphasize this week. Whenever you block somebody, as a Christian, we have to say that there is a loss here. There is a relational loss. It is called social media. I mean, it's there so that we can interact. That's one of the reasons why I think we've got a high bar for blocking people on me. Even, hey, we're interacting. I might not like the way you're interacting, but we're going to interact. It's called social media. And a block means we are not interacting anymore. That's an aggressive step. There might be times to do it. There might be a time when it is called for. But here would be my exhortation. You should generally not block someone with whom you are in a regular relationship, where you are normally seeing them, where you are normally speaking to them. You should not block on social media somebody who is a part of your life. In 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11, the Bible says we are supposed to aim for restoration. We're supposed to aim for restoration with one another. We're not supposed to put up walls that block people out, that shut people out. If we are living life together, if we are regularly seeing one another, and I have blocked you on social media, that is just foreign to a biblical way to behave. It'd be better to say, hey, you know what? We need to talk. It'd be better to say, hey, we need to be reconciled. We need to be restored. We need to meet in person. Could we talk about how to improve our relationship? When I say I block you, that's saying I'm not going to have anything else to do with you. And as a Christian, you just have to say, as a forgiven person, as a person who's been brought into relationship with the living Christ, what if God the Father blocked us? What if he just said, I'm done with you? I'm not going to have anything else to do with you. No, the Father reaches out with the love of the Son and secures our relationship. Does that mean that it's never okay? It's never appropriate to block someone? No, it doesn't mean that. I was just talking about that. But for Christians living in relationship to one another, we should not do this. It's always a law. It's always a relational loss in any sense. But for Christians in relationship to one another, we need to prove that we're better at handling our disagreements and our differences than the world is. And that's not a block. That is engagement. That is love. That is mutual understanding. And that is restoration.